John, at face value, it sounds like a broken dryer. But frustration like this often comes from something deeper. Not a product defect, but a performance issue tied to something else entirely.
Okay, so this is a moment where a great salesperson can really earn their credibility. Because when something doesn't work for the first time, especially something with a flame or a vent, most customers are going to assume that that product is broken. But I can promise you, nine and a half times out of 10, it's not going to be the machine. It's actually going to be the install. What most people realize is that don't realize is that a gas dryer is basically a precision tool, right? It needs proper airflow in the machine and out of the machine. You know, it has a flame sensor and a gas valve and a thermostat and a moisture sensor, and all of it needs to be completely dialed in to respond to resistance and temperature shifts. Because, you know, if a vent line is too long or it's crushed or it's clogged, that flame is going to cut out. You know, if the gas line pressure isn't dialed in properly, it might not ignite consistently at all. And if the installer didn't calibrate the leveling or the airflow properly, you'll end up with a machine that's really just tumbling cold air. So here's how to guide that conversation. You want to be able to remind that customer that gas appliances are engineered to exact standards. So when something is off, it needs really a qualified diagnosis. The product most likely is not broken. And it could mean multiple visits in order to get it right, especially if that problem is going to be install related and not product related. So the bottom line is really gas isn't unreliable, but bad installs definitely are. If you don't set expectations around things like service and calibration and what proper support looks like, the customers are going to assume that the product is what failed them. And they'll go back to electric without ever really understanding what went wrong in the first place.